Welcome back to Tarot and Beyond. Today we're doing a mystery reading for you. So this was meant to find you if you came across this reading at any point in time, as it is a timeless reading. These messages are meant for you. So we have 4 groups to choose from today. We have group number 1 with the Magician, group number 2 with the 2 of Swords, group number 3 with the Queen of Pentacles, and group number 4 with the Ace of Cups. So select the card or multiple cards that resonate with you and use the timestamps linked in the description box to jump ahead to your chosen reading or readings to find out what this mystery message is that is meant for you at this time. If you do feel called to more than one reading, then that is perfectly fine. Sometimes there will be messages scattered throughout the readings, or all of the readings will resonate with you. So use your intuition to guide you to the readings and the messages that are meant for you. Take what resonates and leave the rest. Make your selection, and we'll see you in your readings. All right, hi group number 1, welcome to your mystery reading. Let's find out what messages are coming through for you. You picked the Magician card, so this is an indication that you're manifesting something. This may be in regard to something that you are calling in and calling forth is what Spirit just said. You're literally calling something forth from the primordial zone is what they just told me. And the primordial zone is kind of like the ethers, the void space. It is the in-between zone where everything springs from. So all life is created from there. All creations in general come from this primordial zone, is apparently, I'm learning this as they're telling it to me right now. So anyway, the Magician here is talking about this manifestation for you. So let's take a look at what you're calling in. So group number 1, what is this manifestation? What are they calling in? What are they meant to know about this? Why were they called to this reading? Wow, oh my God, you have abundance. You have abundance. You are calling in abundance, group number 1. You are manifesting abundance in your life, wealth, prosperity, feeling of having more than enough, and it's coming straight from the primordial zone, as Spirit is saying. So yes, it's coming from your own creation. It's not something that you have to work for in the traditional sense. There is effort that is involved in this, is what Spirit is saying, but it's coming from your creation, your manifestation, your intention, and the effort that you've put in on that front. So yes, there are physical things that are involved in that, but this abundance is kind of like, it feels like a windfall. So I don't want to get ahead of myself here. I want to find out the additional messages. So for group number 1, what is this abundance that they're calling in or manifesting right now? And what do they need to know about it? Big, happy changes. Oh my God. This is so positive, group number 1. I'm really happy to see this for you. Big, happy changes that you are manifesting, and they are going to involve abundance. Okay, so they're guiding me to a new deck here. So let's grab, they do want me to grab some of the tarot. So we're going to grab clarifiers. What are these big, happy changes for group number 1? Can we get clarifiers on big, happy changes, please? Okay, and can we get a clarifier on the abundance? What is the form that this abundance will take? There we go. Okay, so to clarify big happy changes, you have the 3 of Cups. Yeah, wow, like I can't even just, it's so positive. The 3 of Cups is like this celebration. It's a coming together with people that you love to celebrate some special occasion. And so this big happy change may be something that is worth celebrating. You might be getting together with your loved ones and literally toasting and celebrating the fact that you've achieved something, or that you've won something, or that you've gotten something. Okay, let's look at this abundance. You have the Knight of Pentacles. This is really cool because this is actually the card of the day on my tarot app. I pick a card every day, and this happened to be my card of the day today. So, ooh la la. So the Knight of Pentacles here talking about money. Money is coming in. The abundance is taking the form of coins. If you can see that here in these cards, she's holding a bowl of coins and it's overflowing. And then the Knight of Pentacles, he's holding his coin up and offering it to you. So something that you have worked on is going to be bearing fruit here. Something that you have planted, like you've planted this seed a long time ago is what Spirit's telling me, and it's finally coming to fruition. So if you invested in something, you're going to see a return on it. If you worked towards something and you haven't really seen the outcome, like let's say, for example, you started at this job, you've been working for, months or years, and you haven't gotten the promotion. Well, then this would indicate that there's going to be a promotion with a raise involved. And you've manifested that, yes, through your effort, but also through your intention to basically create more opportunity for yourself to experience these happy changes that are in alignment with you, and you've kind of balanced yourself out and maintained your alignment to be able to allow this to come forth. That's what I'm seeing here. So manifestation isn't just about your intention and your visualization and your effort physically, like your work that you do. It's also, are you aligned while you're doing all of that? Because if you're not aligned while you're doing that, you might as well scratch off all of that work. So what they're saying here is that you have you've put in the work, you've maintained your alignment, you have visualized what it is that you wanted, you have stayed true to the core of your being, is what Spirit just said, that you have stayed true at the core of your being, and as a result of that alignment, you have magnetized this to you, or rather created it from that primordial realm. It's like you birthed it out of nothing. Where there was no opportunity, you created one for yourself. That's why this is so powerful. It definitely feels like you are going to be very happy with this. I'm wondering about timing. I don't know if they'll give us anything to do with timing. Sometimes they will, sometimes they won't, depending on whether it's going to serve the outcome and help you to maintain this timeline or this alignment or this manifestation. But I am curious. So let me see, what are they guiding me to? Yeah, they do want me to grab this deck. Okay, it's not, whoa, that was fast. You have soulmates and loyal heart. Okay, so, I was picking up on a lot here in regard to money and finances, but you also have 2 cards regarding love. And we were asking about timing. So let me just tune into these cards and get an idea. Oh, that's pretty straightforward. Spirit said, look at the numbers. And I said, okay, 35 and 41. And then they were like 35 to 41 days. So this is about a month, basically, is what I'm seeing here. Something that you've set in motion is going to be showing face in your life in about 35 to 41 days from whenever you happen to watch this. This is a timeless reading, so you may be watching this 3-4 years down the line, and it's still going to be 35 to 41 days from the point that you're watching the video, is what they're telling me. Spirit said, not from the time that you have set this into motion, but from the time that you watch the video, you have alchemized this reading to you because you were meant to see this message to confirm what you already know. Because Spirit's saying, yeah, Spirit, Kitty is for confirmation, if you could hear her in the background meowing. This is a confirmation for you. This is not giving you additional information or giving you anything that you didn't know about, is what Spirit is telling me. So if you came to this video and you know exactly what this manifestation is and what you've been doing to stay in alignment with it, they are giving you an indication that it's going to be 35 to 41 days. Give or take. But, and they don't usually do that either. They don't usually give like a time frame. Usually it's like it's going to be this time or like no time at all that they'll give. But they're saying 35 to 41 days. That's very specific. It's very specific. So I'm curious to see how this plays out. Mark it on your calendar so you don't forget, and come back and comment on this video. Let me know how this plays out, if it shows up. If it doesn't, we don't know, right? It is to do with our ability to stay in alignment. It is to do with our ability to maintain our frequency. But what Spirit's telling me right now is they're kind of interjecting in that thought, and they're saying, yes, and it's coming because of what you've done before. So it's kind of like inevitable at this point because it's already on the way. So it's kind of like you can't really stop a package from coming to you. Like if you ordered that package from Amazon and it's en route, like it's in delivery, it's just a matter of time before it comes to your door, unless like something interferes. But like that is not the case that they're saying here. Like that's not the case. That's why this is a big happy change. This is going to be something that is going to be really, really joyous and a celebration for you. I see you toasting, it's like, it's a champagne moment, whatever it is. I don't know, but it's like, it's a champagne moment and it feels so gratifying. It's like all the time that you've put into this, or all of the energy or the effort or the intention or whatever it is, or all of the above, it's finally coming to fruition in some way. It may not be the entirety, but it's like it's bringing abundance, that's for sure. Now let's talk about these two cards, because I do think that it wasn't just to do with the numbers. Actually, let me ask Spirit for clarity, because I don't want to just kind of assume. They said, yeah, no, you're right. These were chosen intentionally because they do hold energies as part of this manifestation. So like, let's say that you've been wanting to manifest abundance and you've been wanting to manifest love as well. Maybe those two things are going to be part and parcel, right? So it's like they come packaged together, and where maybe it's like with the analogy of the Amazon delivery, like let's say, for example, in this metaphor, the Amazon delivery person happens to be someone who you fall in love with and you form a relationship with, and they're a soulmate and they're very loyal. So not only do you get your package, but you also get this beautiful relationship as a result of this action or intention that you've set things in motion through. So like, let's say, for example, you're manifesting a new job. Well, then you get the job and you meet someone who you're meant to meet in that job or in that environment. And I don't know if it's romantic or if it's platonic. I just heard the word platonic, so this could be like a very, very sacred friendship that you are attracting in. But for some of you, it is going to be love. For some of you, it's giving you the key, because they're showing me the key here with the emperor penguins, and this is like the key that unlocks your heart. So maybe this is a friend that opens your heart up and then it introduces you to a soulmate, or this could be a soulmate who comes in and opens your heart up romantically. So you'll have to let me know how this plays out, but it's definitely connected very directly to, and they said indirectly as well. So it's directly and indirectly connected to this initial manifestation or intention that you have created and that you have spurred on in your life, that you have, they're showing me the Knight of Pentacles here. Like, you got up on the horse, you took that risk, you learned to ride, and they're showing me somebody riding bareback. It's so funny because I've done that before. Like, I used a bucket to climb up on a horse in a field and just sat on the horse. I know that's pretty dangerous, and I did it when I was a kid, but I have a magical connection with animals, and horses are super sacred to me. So that's kind of what I'm seeing, is the analogy of like, you taught yourself how to do this, you bootstrapped this in some way. Like, let's just put it that way. You bootstrapped this from the ground up. You got yourself into the position where you could set this intention into motion and maintain the integrity of this manifestation through the course of its inception. And now it's going to be coming in and bringing a lot of abundance with it. Wow. I'm so excited for you. Let me see if there's anything else that Spirit wants to tell you in regard to this amazing manifestation that is coming in so soon. Oh my God. They said, prepare yourself for the joy that is about to unfold in your life. Be open to receiving, as this allows the manifestation to come in the ideal way. The timing is set. Now it is simply about your experience and openness to receiving that which is destined for you. This indeed is meant for you, dear one. You are called to this as it is called to you. You have set forth a divine path for yourself, and along the way, you will be blessed many times over. Please open your arms to receive the guidance, the blessings, and the abundance that are truly yours to receive. Wow. Got the spiritual goosebumps. Yep, this is big, guys. This feels really big, happy changes. My heart just feels so full right now. I'm really excited for you guys. So I think I'm going to leave the reading at that. It feels, I'm getting, oh, wait, is there more? Yeah, they said there's one more thing. Hold on. I'm feeling a huge rushing sensation going down my spine. Yeah, it feels like it's coming in through the crown chakra and it's going down to the base of my spine, right around the, what is that called? The sacrum, like the tailbone. So it's like almost like a reverse Kundalini activation where you're receiving energy, or at least I'm in this moment receiving energy through the crown chakra and it's going down to the root. What is this, Spirit? How is this connected? They said the activation of divine power flows through you and to your audience. This allows the receiving of the gift to be expedited, if you will. Oh. They're showing me that if you had not clicked on this reading, it may have taken longer, but now that you've seen this information and you're receiving the activation that they're sending through me to you, it's like it's bringing it in this period. So that's what's really setting it in stone here. Oh. It is divine. It's divinely guided. It's coming direct from spirit. It's coming direct from God, really. It's like the top, the top dog. It's coming directly from source. And you applying your own creatorship is why, in a very, very aligned way, is why this is coming through direct from source like that. It's kind of like, let's go back to the Amazon package analogy. Let's say, for example, you ordered something a while ago and it didn't come in, and so you went straight to the management and then they kind of deferred you, and then you got kind of bumped all the way up to, like, let's say the CEO of Amazon or something like that, and all of a sudden Jeff Bezos is like, okay, we need to get this package to so-and-so at this particular time because it's a matter of integrity, and they have been waiting on this and it's been inconvenient for them, so they're going to get it right now. And then they personally, like, not personally deliver it, but like they personally make sure that the package is expedited. It's like, instead of maybe taking 5 to 7 business days, it's taking like overnight, like they're putting it in the fast track is essentially what I'm seeing here. And so 35 to 41 days apparently is the fast track in terms of whatever this manifestation is. So I feel like this has been kind of coming for a long time. You may have been trying to create this for years, is what I'm feeling. It's like it's been slow. It's been very slow, but like you planted it and you kept tending to it, even when they're showing me a garden in my mind where it's like it's too sunny and then the plants start to wither, or you don't have enough water and so they start to wither, or there's pests or there's weeds and you're like trying, then you're like getting cut on the spiky weeds and things like that. And it's just like you've been through the ringer here is kind of what they're showing me. And that's why God is like, you know what, you've earned this, you deserve this, you've worked for this, you've put in the effort, you've maintained your integrity, you've kept the faith, you've kept the hope alive, you kept doing the work. Boom, here you go, all at once, windfall, like it's coming in, and what I think what they're saying about receiving is knowing that you deserve this, group number one. I think that's why they wanted to talk about that and channel that information about being open to receiving it, because I think that you've been trying to work at this for so long and it hasn't shown face in your life that maybe you've started to question whether you deserved it or whether you were worth it or whether your efforts were truly working. And, it's kind of like the analogy of the garden. You may have started to think that you're a bad gardener, or that you just shouldn't be gardening, or that you don't deserve to enjoy the fruits of your labors or the flowers that you've been trying to cultivate because you just can't seem to keep them alive. But really, it's been the environment. The environment and the conditions were making it so much harder for you. You're actually a very skilled gardener, is what they're saying. You're a very skilled manifester. It's just your environment was really off and you had a lot of trials and tribulations that normal situations wouldn't have called for. But for whatever reason, that was what you were surrounded with. And so, it's like now they're saying, here is the manifestation. All you have to do is be open to receiving it, which means feeling as though you deserve it. honoring and recognizing that you have earned this, you are skilled, and this is something that you have created, that you have ordered, that you have put the work in for. The only thing that God is doing here is delivering it to you more promptly. Not even delivering it to you. You are the one who set that in motion to deliver it to you, but all God is doing is kind of bringing it to you faster because you've been waiting, because you've been working, you've been toiling is the word that they just gave me. You've been toiling away diligently. Group number 1. Wow. Okay. So yeah, be open to receive, put your arms up, get ready and get excited, buy some champagne in preparation. I think that's a literal recommendation Spirit is saying here. Buy, something that is going to, represent the achievement of this. And that also brings it in faster, because it's like, as soon as you expect something and you're prepared for it and you truly believe, it can't help but come in, because you're the creator and that's the frequency. That's the receiving bandwidth that you need to be on. So get ready. All right. Don't count your ducks before you see them. But yeah, because they're playing in my mind the song, there'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done. Yeah. So anyway, point being is that don't count your blessings before you get them. Oh, actually, no, they want to correct me on that. Yes, count your blessings before you get them. But let's say, for example, you're expecting this windfall to come in. Don't go out and buy a house before you get the money or something like that, like being practical about it. But prepare yourself emotionally and maybe with something celebratory or representative of that achievement for when the time comes, which should be within 35 to 41 days. So mark it on your calendar, Spirit's saying, literally mark it on your calendar, because that's also putting you into preparation and expectation mindset. Literally mark it on your calendar. Okay, I'm going to put it in mine too. Because I've been working on stuff too. All right, so that's what I see for you, group number 1. I really hope that this resonates and that it comes in this time period. That would be so magical. Whether or not it does, though, I see that you are deserving of this manifestation, that you are willing and open to receive abundance, that these happy changes will come whenever they're meant for you or destined in your timeline. Okay, so keep the faith. You are blessed, very blessed. Lots of love, lots of money, lots of celebration, reunion, connection, and progress and achievement. So sending you guys so much love and blessings to help this along, and thank you so much for being here. I love you, and we'll see you in the next reading. Bye. All right. Hi, group number 2. Welcome to your mystery message reading meant for you. So if you guys chose the 2 of Swords, then this is going to be your reading. So right away, I'm just kind of feeling into the energy of this card that you've chosen here. And I'm getting the sense that there's something that you're not seeing. Spirit wants to bring your attention to very clearly with this reading. So there's something that you've kind of, it's like it's behind you, you can't see it, or it's in your blind spot, and they want to bring this to your attention. So let's find out what that is. Okay, they actually want me to start with the tarot, so we're going to go in with some more of the Rider-Waite. So for group number 2, what is this that they're not seeing, Spirit? What are they needing to be aware of here? Oh, you have the 7 of Pentacles. Okay. Could be something that you're waiting on. They gave me the word process. It's a process of some kind. Oh, you have the Lovers. And both the Lovers and the 2 of Swords can speak about decision making. And the 7 of Pentacles is kind of like making the decision of what to do or not to do. So I'm kind of seeing a theme here in these cards. It's kind of giving me an idea that you've been a little indecisive about something because you haven't been seeing the full picture. So let me see. Can I ask what that full picture is, please? The Ace of Wands. It's a decision to do something. Yeah, well, that's what I was seeing here with the 7 of Pentacles too. It's like, oh, they're playing that song in my head. Should I stay or should I go? Should I stay or should I go now? It's like maybe you're deciding to stay or leave a relationship. Maybe you're deciding to stay or leave a job or a home. No, just keep shuffling. Okay. What else do they need to know about this, Spirit? These three. Another ace. Ace of Swords. So that's why they've drawn you to this reading. That's why you were meant to see it, is because the Ace of Swords is clarity. It's like an epiphany, an aha moment of, okay, I knew there was something, in the back of my mind nagging at me, but I wasn't sure what it was. And it's like this reading is here to bring you clarity. Look at these aces just sandwiching your reading, really framing things up nicely. So these are, and look at the two hands going in opposite directions. This hand's facing to the left, this one's facing to the right. It's like you have two choices that are on the table here, and you're a little indecisive about it. You've been on the fence. So here, let's take a look at some additional information you need. The Eight of Cups. Yeah, that's that should I stay or should I go energy. Is it perfect? Yeah, that's exactly it. And you have the Six of Wands. Okay. So this is definitely about staying or leaving a situation, a relationship or an environment of some kind. And what you're not seeing is that the challenge here is really around your ability to take charge and to put this in action. It's like you kind of just got to trust yourself and go for it. It's like they're saying trust your gut, because your gut has been telling you this all along, even though your mind has been, they're showing me a pros and cons list. So you may have been like trying to plan this out, but there's something you're not seeing, right? It's like you can put all the pros and cons and the logical things on paper, but what you're not seeing is that your gut knows what to do. Your gut has been kind of screaming at you, is what they're showing me. Your gut is like, hey, go this way. And your mind is like, okay, let me kind of waffle around on this for a while. Let me sleep on it. Let me write a pros and cons. Let me ask people for advice. Let me meditate on it. Like that. There's nothing wrong with those things. It's just you've already got the decision made. Your heart already knows what to do. Your gut already knows what to do. And it's like, okay, at this point, why are you hesitating? So let me ask that. Let me ask why you're hesitating. Oh, they say get a different deck. Okay. This one or this one? This one. Thank you. Why are they hesitating, Spirit? They said I haven't even got the cards out, but they said you're hesitating because you don't want to see it. You don't want to see the truth of the situation. Why don't they want to see it? What are they not wanting to see? Forgiveness. Oh. So this may require you to do something that somebody else is going to have to forgive you for. I'm getting the feeling of like leaving a relationship. That may not be specific to you. If it doesn't resonate, don't take it. It could be anything at all that you're needing to leave a situation that would require some level of forgiveness from someone outside of you. Like maybe you have to leave a job and you're worried about kind of leaving them high and dry. What are they going to do? But, you have to look out for yourself, and, staying in a state of in between is not serving you and your goals and your achievements and your needs. But for this person or these people who are resonating here in this reading with this being about a relationship, it's kind of like you kind of have to preemptively forgive yourself for the hurt that you might inadvertently cause to your partner by leaving this relationship. It's kind of like you're doing yourself and this other person a disservice by staying in the relationship after it's done its duty. They're saying you've served your time. That seems harsh, Spirit. What is it, like a prison sentence? Like that's not. They're saying no, like energetically there was a contract and you're done. So you've quite literally served your time energetically. The contract is up. That's why your gut is telling you this is ending and it needs to end. You need to walk away. You need to move towards this other decision, taking action in new directions. That's going to lead to a lot more success for you. But it is important that you kind of forgive yourself for taking this action and you might be accused of being selfish, but you have to do this. It's like a soul level calling. It's not something that is about the other person or people involved in this situation. It's about your soul. You can't deny your soul and its needs. It's part of your development. It's part of the contract at soul level. That part of the contract is done. Now you're moving into the next phase. And that's why this relationship is ending, or it's petering out, or it's coming to a close, or it's calling you in a new direction. And like I said, this could be anything. It could be a job. It could be a living situation. It could be a home. It could be a romantic relationship. It could be anything. But it's like you're being called in a new direction, and you have these ideas that are put in your mind for a reason. You're feeling this passion towards new endeavors for a reason. They've put that there specifically because it's part of the next phase of your journey. Okay. What else do they need to know, Spirit? Oh, wow. You have trust. Yeah, so you're meant to trust this new path and trust your own ability to feel into this situation and to make the appropriate moves. Because I feel like that is why there has been indecision and a back and forth and humming and hawing about this action, is because maybe you haven't trusted your gut. You know, you've been trying to rationalize it too much, and you've been overthinking it, and they're showing me you've been overthinking it. And it's like you're kind of maybe not used to trusting your gut in this way, or maybe it just requires a leap of faith, right? Like you don't necessarily, like let's say for example, you feel this call to move locations and you don't know where you're going to move or how you're going to move or when that's going to happen, but you just feel this call. And so you're trying to weigh things up very practically, but they're saying, you just got to trust, you just got to feel it. And in the moment when the opportunity presents, you'll know it and you'll be able to take action, because these opportunities are coming in. The two aces really talk about opportunities from the universe. So it's not like this is something even that you are initiating on your own. It's like there's going to be things presented to you that will help you to take the next step, and then the next step, and then the next step. It's just you kind of got to take the blindfold off and see the truth for what it is, which is, first of all, accepting the state of your circumstances, like accepting and being very bluntly and blatantly honest with yourself about what you need. Because that's really at the core of this, I feel. It's like, what do you need? And focusing on that is going to be what leads you down this path towards your soul's calling. And yes, that might be a little painful because you'll have to leave behind situations, environments, or people that don't resonate anymore, or that are no longer part of this next phase or stage of your life. But that's why they're saying trust, because it's going to lead you to victory. There is going to be a feeling of success overall here, and these opportunities are going to come in a very divinely guided way, is what Spirit just said. So keep your eyes peeled for these opportunities as they come in. It's like inspirations to take action in new ways, clarity, epiphanies, awareness, information that you need is going to come to you at exactly the right time. That's what they're saying. And they're saying this reading is proof of that, because this is just giving you information that you already know, right? This is confirming and expanding on what you've kind of already been in, if this is resonating with you and you're still here. So yeah, then you're meant to be here for this reason. And this is the information. This is like an Ace of Swords moment in real time that is giving you the awareness you need to be able to take action towards this decision. Okay. What do they want next? Okay, we are going to do letters for you guys. That's interesting. So give me 1 sec to pop that out here. Okay, so for group number 2, what additional messages do they need to know about this situation and this decision? Okay, so the way the letters work is I just kind of use them as prompts. So I'm going to look for words that really stick out to me or that keep repeatedly coming back up in my mind or on the table here. But always feel free to use your intuition to make associations as well. Sometimes that's an Ace of Swords moment too. It doesn't always have to be information coming from someone else. Sometimes it's your own intuitive knowing coming through. Okay, so let me just kind of look around here. Seeing the number 10, oops, and it flipped over to L, which is Len. So I don't know if that's like a name or something like that, but I'm seeing the number 10. Actually, I'm seeing the word tennis. Oh, the back and forth. Spirit's got a good sense of humor. Yeah, you've been going back and forth. You've been like playing racquetball with yourself, playing tennis with yourself here in your mind. Like, what do I do? Do I stay or do I go? Do I stay or do I go? And, okay, they're giving me the word part. P-A-R-T. Oh, like part ways. Yeah. Okay. This is really just confirming what we've been getting in the cards, in the rest of the reading, and what I was feeling intuitively is that there's a parting of the ways that you've come to, and it is challenging you to face the situation is kind of what I'm seeing here. It's like, I think you deep down, this, and you may have been avoiding really admitting this to yourself and fully taking action in this new direction because maybe it's painful. So I'll give you an example from my life. I've been in situations in the past where I was in relationships that were no longer viable, that I was not happy, and they were even, doing a disservice to me energetically, and I needed to leave, but I didn't want to because that would require me to have to face this person and break their heart or to hurt them in some way, or to, I would have to then extricate myself from the dynamics. And we had, like, what about the shows that we watched together? Or what about financial things being meshed together? Like, maybe I need to find my own place. And now I need to, there's just so many kind of hoops to jump through. And I think that may be part of why you're hesitating. And again, it doesn't have to be relationship wise, but it's like the mundane stuff that may be feeling a little bit challenging for you to kind of wrap your head around. But I'm also getting the word rug, and they're showing me somebody getting the rug ripped out from under them. So I feel like you might be hesitant because you don't want to rip the rug out from somebody else. It's like they think that they're standing on stable foundation, and then all of a sudden you come rip it out from underneath them. And as a compassionate, sensitive soul that you are, and I can feel that, because you wouldn't care so much about this and you wouldn't be waffling about this if you were super selfish. You know what I mean? You would have just gone as soon as that inclination came in. But because you are so sensitive and so compassionate and so loving, you don't want to cause a ruckus and cause somebody else to feel like they have something taken from them. But you have to follow your soul. You have to follow your heart. There's a bigger reason to this. And at soul level, they're showing me that this person or this situation or this, whatever this is, they're aware of it. They understand at soul level that this is part of the deal. Like, you guys signed up to be together for a certain period of time, and then you were going to go on. If it's a job, same thing. Like your colleagues, your boss, your work environment, they knew at soul level that you were going to come in, you were going to serve this purpose, you were going to do this thing, and then you were going to move on to the next thing. And so it's like, if you need to look at it from that soul level perspective, just to be able to understand and forgive yourself and to move on, I think that can be helpful here. They're showing me the word zip. Oh, and there's art right there too. Zip makes me think of penis. Sorry. Just, okay, let me just scramble those up because I'm just going to see that forever now. But zip makes me think of something happening really quickly, or you're zipping things up. You need to make a decision and to take action on this. It could be towards something creative, because you do have the Ace of Wands there, which can indicate some kind of new passion project or some new endeavor that you're embarking on, especially since you have the other ace as well, the Ace of Swords. So this could be a new thing that you're wanting to do. Like, let's say, for example, you want to start your own art business and you're working in some kind of a corporate job, and you've been there for a long time and you like it and you're connected to your colleagues and you really have a firm foundation there, but you got to follow your heart. You got to follow your heart and create whatever this is that's wanting to be created through you, or to go where you're being called to go. Oh yeah, I'm getting the word resign. Look at that. So for some of you, this is a job. And even on the other side of there's like a QU, and then there's an I on this side, and then there's a T right here. So from my vantage point, like where I'm sitting, I can see it as quit, resign, quit. Like quit being embedded in the word resign. That's pretty straightforward, Like I think it is what it is, you guys. Group number 2, you know you need to do this, and it's just kind of like forgiving yourself for causing any kind of a ruckus, and just understanding that there's a higher purpose to this, and that all parties involved, even if they don't understand it at the human level, at soul level, they're supporting you. They're kind of like cheering you on and screaming at you to go for it, go for it, go for it. So trust your heart, trust your gut. They're giving me the word trip. So you might be called to go on a trip of some kind. Like maybe you quit your job and you go travel. There's an eyelash that was on the board and it's stuck on the table. I tried to sweep it away and it was just like getting stuck. So I don't know if you can even see that, but the eyelash is kind of like make a wish. Yeah, it's kind of like telling you to make a wish and to go for it. That's kind of what it feels like there. Yeah, they give me the word war. You've been at war with yourself here, group number 2. And it's causing you to experience an imbalance here. So staying in this no man's land of indecision is really hurting you. And that's why Spirit has called you to this reading. That's why they wanted to give you this information, so that you could see it very clearly from somebody very objective who really doesn't have any investment in what choice you make, or even fully see the situation as it is. I just feel it, and I'm just translating for what Spirit's telling me. So you're meant to get out of this war with yourself and make a decision and take action in a direction. You're meant to trust your gut, and you're meant to forgive yourself for making this change that may disrupt other people in some way, or it may even disrupt your life temporarily, but it's for the best. It's going to be something that puts you in the right direction. Now, I want to emphasize here, and this is just me wanting, disclaimer, if this doesn't resonate with you and you haven't been in indecision and you haven't already been thinking about this or kind of waffling about, then this is not saying that you need to just jump in and change something abrupt in your life. This is only for the people who already know what this is about. Like, you already have an idea. You've been going back and forth. You've been in indecision, but you know deep down what you need to do. And this reading is just for you to be able to see that very clearly, and to, when you're ready, no pressure to make the decision that's going to serve you at soul level. Okay, they gave me Perth, and then I was like, but there's no H. And then they were like, look over here, there's an H. So this might be a trip that you are wanting to go on to Perth. I think Perth is in Australia, if I'm not mistaken. I don't even know if I'm spelling that right. It's probably with an E, isn't it? But the intention by Spirit was to bring me to this. Like, it's just a prompt. It doesn't even matter about the spelling. They're just saying something about Perth. So if you live in Perth, or you've been waffling about whether you should move there, or if you want to go on a trip there or something, because we did have the word trip. Something about Perth, that's very specific. That's not going to apply to everyone, but for who that person is for, you're meant to receive that message, and you'll know it's for you. And they're giving me the word hunt. So maybe you're going to be going on a job hunt in a new place, maybe in Perth for some of you. Yeah, maybe quitting your job and going on a job hunt, or ending a relationship and moving to a new location, or going on a trip somewhere of self-discovery to get your groove back or something like that, to get out of this war with yourself. I don't know where the G went, but they're showing me the word sign in my mind. So it was like SIGN. Yeah, so you might even be signing a new contract. So it's like resigning from something and then signing up for something else, or yeah, I don't know. Oh, I didn't mean sin there. No, that's not. It's supposed to be sign. This could also be talking about seeing the signs, interpreting the signs correctly, using those to help you to trust your gut and forgive yourself for the war that you've created within as you've doubted yourself. Because that's really what I'm seeing here, is you've been doubting yourself. And, they're showing me the word hurt. So you've been doubting yourself because you got hurt in the past, or because you've been hurt. But this doubt is actually hurting you more. So it is important that you trust yourself. and get out of a situation. Now, okay, they're drawing me back to sin again, and the fact that we did have the word penis. Oh God, I'm such a child. I'm like, I feel uncomfortable saying it. But this could be for somebody very specific, a message about infidelity in a relationship, and you've been called to leave the relationship because either you've been unfaithful or they've been unfaithful, and you are aware of this, and you're like, I feel like I should stay, I should forgive them, but it's kind of like you're being called to move in a different direction, like the contract is done, that was meant to end it, that kind of thing. I don't know. I'm seeing the word pin. So this may be, pin makes me think of like a location, like pinning a location. So again, travel is involved somehow. I feel like there's a whole bunch of different messages for different people in this reading, but they're trying to kind of tie it all together in some sense. But pin is kind of like, maybe it's been like holding on by a pin, you know, whatever this situation or relationship was. It's like you've been trying to keep it there, but it's like it's time for it to fall away. And they're showing me, they gave me the word rush before I even saw that the words were there, the letters were there to make it. Like they just gave me the word rush in my mind, and then they showed me where the letters were. So okay, let me ask Spirit specifically what this is in regard to. Okay, they're saying there's no rush, but it is important that you make this decision in haste. Okay, well that's a little counterintuitive, Spirit. There's no rush, but you should be quick about it. You know, like, okay, they say, let us clarify. Okay, yes, please clarify. There is ample time to achieve the goal of which you seek. However, the continuation on your current path in the indecision you have existed within is calling forth pain within you and causing pain inadvertently in your environment and your relationships. Therefore, it is imperative that you choose as quickly as is possible to move forward as efficiently as you are capable of doing to alleviate the pain that may result from continued indecision, as well as any lingering resistance that is being caused within this environment and situation. Okay, so, all right, thank you, Spirit, for clarifying. That was helpful. So yeah, I don't think I really need to elaborate or clarify anything else that they've said there. I think that they've delivered the message pretty effectively. Let me just see if there's anything else that Spirit wants to say. Nope, they said, nope, this is all in good time. Trust and move forward, dear one, with faith. Okay, so that's what I see for you, group number 2. Very interesting message, very different from group number 1, but these are mystery messages. So I hope that this supported you, and I hope that this gave you a sense of clarity, really, in what you are being called to do and what you feel to be right for you, whatever that happens to be. Okay, so trust your intuition even over anything that Spirit or I or the cards say. Always trust your intuition, because sometimes the cards will give you something counterintuitive to like kind of test you into your intuition, or sometimes they'll tell you point blank what it is so that you can see the confirmation and therefore trust your intuition. So it's going to be different for everyone. So trust your intuition. Okay, I'll leave it at that. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here, and we'll see you in the next reading. Bye. All right. Hi, group number 3. Welcome to your mystery reading meant to find you at this time. So if you chose the Queen of Pentacles, then we're going to find out what this mystery message is and why you were meant to receive it at this time. So the Queen of Pentacles here is making me feel like there's something to do with like this lush garden that I'm feeling or sensing. It's like they're showing me a scene here, and it's really cool because what they're actually doing right now is they're bringing me into and bringing this scene to life. So I feel like I just walked into a painting and it came to life. And I'm in the scene that she's in right here, and I can smell the scent of the flowers and the grass, and I can feel the breeze off of the mountains and this little river that's kind of behind her there. And I can feel her emotions, and she feels a little bit forlorn. Not anything that I would have ever gotten from the Queen of Pentacles, but for whatever reason, she feels a little bit sad. And I want to find out why, because she's in this beautiful landscape. She's holding this this magnificent coin. She's sitting on her throne in all of her luxury, but she's sitting there and she's just feeling a little bit down. So let me ask why, and they want me to use the tarot first, so we're going to get some clarifiers from the Rider-Waite. Whoa. There it is, the Nine of Swords. It's like worry and stress. She's a little bit worried. She's concerned. She's feeling down or depressed, or she's just, it's like she's not being able to enjoy her environment, which is so beautiful and lush. And instead, she's in a state of discontent. Yeah. Okay, why? An imbalance of some kind. The Two of Pentacles in reverse. So there's an imbalance here. Could be to do with finances. You could be worried about money. But it's interesting because the Queen of Pentacles is the queen of the physical realm. She's the queen of money, if we want to look at it that way. And she's sitting in this lush, abundant garden on this throne in all her luxury, like I was describing from that scene. But for whatever reason, she's like, I feel like I don't have enough. I'm worried about it. I feel a little bit sad. This is so interesting. Why? You have everything you need. Why do you feel this way? The Knight of Pentacles. This came out in group number 1 as well, and it's actually my card of the day today. It happens to be the card of the day that I chose from the tarot app, or that I happened to pull. So maybe this money is feeling like it's coming in slowly. Or maybe you've recently had to give some of it out, and now you're feeling like you don't have enough. Or, there's stress and worry here for sure. And I'm definitely feeling finances, but it doesn't have to be money specifically. It could be like what you value. And that could be anything, especially since they were showing us this beautiful scene in the Queen of Pentacles. So it could have to do with your health. It could have to do with your physical environment. It could have to do with what you value in life. And feeling as though there's not enough of something, and that's causing you to worry or to feel down. Or concerned. I'm getting the energy of concern. Like, I'm concerned about where this is going to come from. I'm concerned about how I'm going to balance things out. I'm concerned about sustaining or maintaining this. Can I get more information, please? Whoa. Wheel of Fortune and the Two of Cups. So this is like a change of fate of some kind. Now, I was getting this message earlier, but I didn't say it because it was not really connected to the cards and the rest of the information that I've been seeing here. But they did tell me somebody's son may be going off to college, or they may have just moved away. That's very specific. That's not for everyone, but for somebody here that's being called to this reading, your son has just moved away or is about to move away, and you're sad and you're feeling a bit forlorn because you're worried about them and them going off and starting this new life on their own. Maybe they're like 18, 19 years old, and this is like a big milestone for them and for you, and it's kind of thrown you off your balance, and you're a bit sad that this change is happening and that you're kind of losing this person in your life in a way. They're still going to be there. It's just the dynamic is changing, the environment is changing, and so you're kind of focusing on what you don't have rather than what you do have. Okay. For others of you, this is about this investment of some kind. No, sorry, Spirit's correcting me, not an investment. I misspoke. It's like that you're not seeing the full picture. You're not seeing the whole environment or the whole story here. You're just kind of looking at one thing and maybe not seeing all of the abundance that's around you. And in the example of the child going away to college, it's like missing the opportunity to celebrate the graduation, or missing the opportunity to really feel the joy that comes along with this milestone because you're worried about what you're losing instead of what this new phase is going to bring. Maybe it'll bring you more freedom. Maybe you won't have to worry about finances as much because this other person will be more independent. You know, there's pros that can come out of this. It's not all negative, but I feel like there's just kind of a focus on what's being lost here or what's not there. I think that's why there's stress. Let's get some more cards. And then we're going to pull Oracle as well, is what they just told me. So can we get clarity on what this, the Knight of Swords. So you have 2 knights. And the High Priestess, wow. It's powerful energy. This is definitely a major life cycle, major life change. And the Emperor, holy cow. Lots of majors in this row. Wheel of Fortune, High Priestess, and the Emperor. So I get the sense that you're kind of being called to address this perspective and reassess what you value. That's really what I'm getting here. It's like reassessing what you value in life and prioritizing things that are actually going to give you a sense of freedom and a sense of abundance. It's choosing things that are going to reciprocate. So for you know, that other analogy or that other message aside of that, you know, child going off to college or something like that, I feel like this is really about what you value in general and creating some balance there so that you can see that things are going to be reciprocated to you, that there is going to be information or money or support or love that comes in. And it's really about being open to it so that you can be in a position to receive it when it comes in, or to take action toward it if that's what needs to happen. But for whatever reason, it's like if you're focused on what you don't have, you're not seeing the opportunities. That's really what Spirit is emphasizing here, is that the worry, the stress, the fear, the doubt, and the concern are really creating like a bubble around you, is what they're showing me, where you're not able to see or connect or receive, more importantly, the abundance that's all around you. So it's like, you know, being in a bubble when you're in this lush garden with all these fruits and beautiful creatures, and the sun is shining and the wind is blowing softly in the trees, and it's like heaven, but you're in this bubble that's very sterile and depressing and alone. So I think this is about changing your perspective so that you can feel differently about this situation, because there is this aspect of something being hidden behind the veil that you're not seeing, but it's not that it's being hidden from you. It's more that you are hiding yourself from it because you've created this veil of worry around you that's acting as a layer of obstruction, so that you're not seeing or being able to enjoy the full benefit of this situation, whatever it happens to be. Yeah, you have the Empress reversed on the bottom of the deck. Yeah, you're not seeing the abundance. You're not feeling connected to the abundance. You might be stuck in lack mentality, feeling like you don't have enough and constantly worrying or stressing about paying the bills or, you know, feeding your family, or, you know, those are real valid worries. But it's interesting that you have the Empress and the Emperor here. So again, it's the Empress is the feminine energy, so is the High Priestess, and so is the Queen of Pentacles. So it's being able to receive. And that's why they're saying, Spirit is saying, to change the perspective and the mindset, because that shifts the vibration so that you can really appreciate this phase, this cycle, and see all the abundance that's actually there all around you, and really value it for what it is, and therefore be able to use it. Okay, let me see. No, they want this deck instead. Okay, so they want this deck. So we're going to see. You have Thinker. Yeah, you've been overthinking something here, group number 3. That's what they were showing me. It's like she's in contemplation and she's so focused on this one coin that she's missing out on everything that's around her. And it feels like you're overthinking something. That's definitely what the Nine of Swords talks about as well. So, getting back into alignment here is really focusing on feeling. I think is going to be a big part of this. Intuiting, trusting, opening up, and just changing your mindset. I think really that's the big thing here. Yeah, changing your mindset so that you can see the opportunities rather than what you're missing or lacking. So it's kind of like optimism versus pessimism or realism, and it's choosing to see things as they are, but also as they could be, and to open yourself up to what is available to you and not overthink it or push it away. Okay, let's see what else Spirit wants to say. Nope. Oh my god, all these cards are trying to come out, but then I'm just like, no, if you want to come out, you got to come all the way out. There we go. You have chop wood. This is talking about doing a little bit of the nitty-gritty work. It's like maybe distracting yourself with something practical, because if you're overthinking, and then you're just sitting around and kind of getting lost in your mind. You're getting lost in the sauce a little bit here, group number 3. And what they're recommending is that you externalize some of this and get to work. Like if you're worried about something, do something about it. And sometimes just taking care of what needs to be done around the house or something like that can help to give you that sense of control or productivity, or a sense of just an exertion or cathartic expression of that energy that's stuck, rolling around in your mind. So chopping wood here is like cleaning up and doing the work and just getting the mundane stuff out of the way so that you can feel a bit better and maybe clear some space to actually enjoy your environment. And this could actually be environmental. Like you might be so focused on not having enough money or not having enough of something that you've kind of let your environment go. Like maybe you haven't cleaned the house in a little while or something like that. And Spirit's saying, what you really need here to feel abundant is to take care of yourself and your space and to prioritize that, because again, they're bringing it back to what you value. What do you value? Because when you invest in what you value, you're going to get more of it. You're going to grow that and you're going to be able to harvest that. But if you're focusing on what you don't have, that is not a valuable investment to make. Energetically, your mind is powerful, and if you're using it to stress and worry and overthink and not do anything, then you're doing yourself a disservice, because you're putting yourself into the hole by doing that. So you're worrying, and then it creates that feedback loop for more things to worry about. So it is a mindset shift that needs to happen, and this is what they're recommending, is like doing some physical stuff that's going to take your mind off of it, like distract yourself basically. And do something productive that gives you a feeling of control. Specifically, that's what they're saying. So let's go back to the example of, the child going off to college, and you're feeling forlorn and upset, and you're worried, or maybe you're worried, how am I going to pay for their college? Something like that, right? Like, oh my God, it's going to be hundreds of thousands of dollars. They're saying just focus on what you can control, which is like, okay, maybe you just do some laundry, or maybe you do a little bit of work or something like that. And it just gives you that sense of, okay, like I can handle this. We're going to find a way. If I can do this, I can do that. It's kind of like you're extrapolating those actions and turning them into something more. And mentally, that's going to help you to release some of this worry and stress. It's also going to help you to see beyond the veil that you've created for yourself. You're going to pop that bubble, and you're going to see, oh, I'm actually in this beautiful environment with all of these opportunities all around me. And I am the Queen of Pentacles. So, I'm good. Like I can manifest anything I want. We can turn this Empress around, and she can create anything she wants. And you also have the Fool card underneath that and the Four of Swords underneath that. So it's like there's a new opportunity here. There's a new beginning that needs to be embraced. But first, you kind of need to rest your mind. You've got to get out of your head. Group number 3, you got to get out of your head. You got to take back control of your thoughts. I do feel this one. Okay, fine. New life. And we just looked at the Fool. That is the new life energy. So you may be worried about what this new life is going to entail, or what this is going to look like, or how you're going to afford it, or who's going to be involved in that, or who's leaving and who's staying and whatnot. And they want you to just focus on what you can control. They keep saying that over and over in my head. Just focus on what you can control. Maybe you need to go for an exercise class. That's quite literally what they're showing me in my mind, is somebody doing like Pleiades or something like that. They're showing me somebody doing some kind of like, maybe it's like kickboxing or like dance workout or something like that. But it's like doing something physical that can get you into your body and out of your mind, because the Queen of Pentacles is connected to the root chakra and the physical body and the environment. And you have a lot here to do with worry and stress in the mind. So to pull yourself out of that, they're saying get physical. It's going to help you to overcome this overthinking so that you can really embrace this new life, because it's happening. It's happening either way. You know, it's fate. It's the turning of the wheel. It's like, you know, it's the seasons. You can't resist when the seasons change. They just change. And maybe it varies from time to time, but this is a season of life that's happening for a reason, you know. So if this is somebody leaving, then it's part of growing up. Or if this is you going into a new direction in your finances or your love life or something like that, it's meant to be that way, because it's part of this natural cycle of life, death, rebirth, life, death, rebirth, life, death, rebirth. It just goes around like that. So they're kind of like, just focus on what you can control so that you can let go of the worry a bit, okay? Let me see if there's anything else. Yeah, they want one final closing message from the Angel Answers deck. So if you have any specific questions, this one does have yeses and nos in it. Oh, wow, and timing. You have a year from now. Interesting. A year from now, something may happen that's going to shift. The wheel can also talk about timing. And it can be about seasons and cycles, like I was just saying, and years. A year is one full cycle. Let me ask Spirit what they're referring to here. So for you guys in group 3, this new life that's happening is happening in a year from now. You may be in an interim phase. No, they corrected me. Not an interim phase. What is it then? Oh, you're in a building phase. Oh, okay. Yeah, they said that you are in a building phase. So in this stage, it's really important that you focus on what you can build and what you can create. And a lot of that is based on what you're focusing on mentally, emotionally, and what you're doing physically. So you don't want to build fear and worry. That's not the new life you want to create. So don't invest in that way. Think about your thoughts as investments. What do you want to invest in? What do you value? Whatever you choose to focus on right now and put out there, that's what's going to be created in a year from now. So, you know, think about it, but more importantly, take action in a direction that's going to help you to really have clarity of thought and direction of thought in a way that serves you and your grand plan here. That gets you back into that feeling of abundance and prosperity and enoughness. Because you have more than enough. You know, you have the Empress here and the Queen of Pentacles. You have more than enough. It's just that you're not seeing it in some way because you're feeling as though you don't have. So focus on what you want, and a year from now, things are going to positively change for you. And the balance that you're seeking is going to be much more tangible. This could be to do with a relationship with someone. If you're seeking harmony in a relationship, what you do over the course of this next year is going to help you to create a rebirth in the dynamic, or reconnection, or more love, or just more harmony in general. That's kind of what I'm seeing there too. Let me see if there's anything else, any final closing messages. Just that they want you to know that you're loved and that you're protected and you're being guided through this. So look to the signs and seek to, they keep saying, seek to distract yourself when you are spiraling into fear. Distract your mind by using your body to do things. Like go for a walk, go for a run, go to the gym, go talk to someone, do the dishes, clean the floors. They're saying get out of your head, basically. Yeah, that's just confirming what we were getting there in the reading. Thank you, Spirit. All right, that's everything. Yeah, I'm getting that feeling of completion, and they're saying that's enough, that's good. So, all right, that is what I see for you, group number 3. Get out of your head as much as you possibly can. Choose to invest in in productive ways, whether that's with peaceful thoughts or abundant thoughts and visualizing optimistic things, connecting with people in loving, harmonious, balanced ways, choosing to take action in ways that support and are able to express any of that swirling energy in the mind. And that's what's going to help you to create this new life in a really empowered way. You're investing in the future here. So invest wisely. That's what I see for you. Thank you so much for being here, guys. I hope this message resonated and served and supported you on your journey. I love you, and we'll see you in the next reading. Bye. All right, hi group number 4, welcome to your mystery message meant for you. If you were called to the Ace of Cups, then this is going to be your reading. Last but not least, I'm really excited to see what messages Spirit has for you at this time. So the Ace of Cups is really drawing my attention right now to the dove that's bringing, what is this called? It's like the body of Christ. I can't remember. I should know this. I was raised Catholic. I used to go to church every Friday and Sunday. Communion. Thank you. The communion host. Yes, that's what that is. So something about the dove. Dove represents peace. The Holy Spirit can be about hope as well. They're showing me the dove bringing the olive branch, which can be a symbol of forgiveness, but it can also be a symbol of that was the dove that came back onto Noah's Ark. They sent the dove out to find land, and he came back with an olive branch, and it was like it renewed hope that, okay, we're not going to be drifting around in the water endlessly. There is land, and we're going to be able to settle there. So the Ace of Cups is about a new beginning. So this could be some kind of hope, emotional hope, that is coming through for you, that gives you something concrete to kind of base that hope on. Like, okay, there's something in the future that's going to give me the stability, or there's something that I'm moving toward that is going to really fill me up, that is going to bring me a lot of happiness. That's really what I'm feeling there. Even like the host communion makes me think of like getting something, receiving something, and it's very holy. Okay, they want me to start with the Angel Answers deck, so we're going to go with that. Oh, you have unlikely. We'll find out what this means, okay? So I'm not going to jump to conclusions. They want me to keep going, so I'm going to get more answers here before I start forming any statements. So for group 4, wow, you got really jumpy cards, and you got the trust card. I think group number 2 had this as well. So trust and faith are definitely involved here. I was picking that up from the dove. Something that you've been worried about that you thought was unlikely. Like if you're on Noah's Ark, you're like, we're going to be out here forever. The whole world is flooded. We're never going to be able to find land. It seems unlikely. And then all of a sudden this dove comes in and says, hey, just trust. It's right here. God's looking out for you, Source, creator, spirit. I just use the word God because it's simple. And I was raised Catholic. So it's kind of in my head. You also have a no, unlikely and no. Let me see. Spirit's laughing. So they're like, it's not what you think. Okay. What is it then, Spirit? Helpful people. Wow. I don't know why this reading is giving me so much like Christianity, Catholic vibes for whatever reason. Like I am not religious. Obviously, I'm reading tarot cards on the internet and I'm a professional psychic medium. But, like I'm seeing this is like the birth of Christ, and there's all of these angels and helpful people. Like the 3 wise men came and they brought gifts. So there's something this could be to do with religion for you. Maybe you are religious, and I think that religion and spirituality can coexist. I think they're one and the same, and it's just like they've been packaged differently. That's it. But anyway, I just feel like there's helpful people coming in that you can trust that are going to provide for you a renewal of your hope or faith, or a new direction that's going to be bringing you to something that is going to bring you a lot of happiness and satisfaction that maybe in the past you thought was unlikely, or that you had been given like a big no from the universe, like you've been trying towards something and they've been like, no, because it's not the right time. Oh, I don't know if you heard that, but Kitty just meowed in the background, and Kitty is for confirmation. Yeah, there she is. So something that you were striving for was withheld from you is what Spirit is showing me here. Is that, yeah, that's right. Okay. So something that you had wanted, that you had really held deeply, deeply in your heart, was withheld from you. You got a no, and you felt like whatever this was never going to happen. And they're saying there's a new beginning coming. You're kind of bridging into a new world right now, and they are calling you to trust and have faith that there's going to be a lot of support that comes in that's going to help direct you on this path and lead you in the direction that's going to serve you. Actually, they want me to get the wisdom of the oracle. So let's take a look at these, and then we'll get clarifiers from the tarot. So, okay. You have observer. And to the sea. You know, it's funny because the analogy that I was using was literally like being on Noah's Ark, and they're showing me here into the sea, this person on the boat trying to find their direction. So, you know, Spirit, they speak in metaphor. And when I feel into that metaphor, or that image that they've given us there, I feel like you've kind of been a little bit lost. You didn't really know which direction to go. Maybe you were asking for guidance and you felt like you were denied the guidance. Maybe you were saying, hey, Spirit, you know, tell me what to do. And then it was just like radio silence. And they're saying, we've been listening to you this whole time. And we've been here this whole time. And the guidance that you need is coming in a more physical way because you were unable to hear us as we spoke in other ways. Oh. And that's why it's like, or maybe you had to, well, it's that, and you had to wait for this return. Like if you sent out the bird to get the information, you have to wait for that bird to come back with the olive branch. It takes time. And that's, oh yeah, I'm getting a huge pitch change in my left ear. Left ear is about something being made physical. So it's like intuitive knowledge that came in through the right ear is being expressed and anchored into the third dimensional realm through the left ear. So I get the sense that you've been in this observer role. You haven't really been taking action. You've been focusing on looking for the signs. You know, it's like you're on the boat, lost at sea with your telescope out, like, okay, where do I go? What do I do? Where's that bird telling me that I'm going in the right direction or that I need to change course? And they're saying that keep observing because you're right to do that. Trust that there's information coming in. Helpful people are going to be the ones guiding you. They're saying that you're having a hard time receiving information from Spirit. So you may have some kind of a blockage in your clairvoyant abilities, or you may be a little bit out of alignment. And that can really kind of skew your ability to receive information. I know even just for myself, doing this professionally, some days I'm out of alignment, and it's usually because I haven't eaten or I haven't slept well, or I'm frustrated, or I'm going through an emotional release or something like that. And those moments are the most challenging because it does feel like you're more cut off from Spirit and you're alone and you've been abandoned and marooned, you know, and you can ask for Spirit, you can ask for guidance, and then it's just, it is like radio silence. But I always use those moments as an indication that I need to take care of myself to get back into alignment. that I need to just open up to trust, because I know they're there. I know they're listening. I know they can hear me, and I can hear them when I'm in alignment. So this is something that they're calling me to share with you, group number 4, because this could help you. I could be one of these helpful people that is giving you the information you need to be able to trust yourself and spirit again, and open up to receive. Part of this is self-care. The Ace of Cups does talk about self-care. So you may need to really focus on what you can do for yourself to get yourself back into alignment if you are slightly out of it. Like if you've been lost at sea for a long time, you can get a little bit delusional, or you can get a little bit, not delusional, just like you can kind of like lose yourself a little bit, you know what I mean? And you can't really tell what's real because you've been on a boat for too long, you know? So it's kind of like regrounding yourself here, and taking care of yourself is going to be what helps you do that, so that you can see things more clearly and actually receive the signs when they do come in, and be able to act on them. Okay. Now let's get some clarifiers. I want to clarify the Observer card, I think. Ooh, okay, not what I was expecting. You have the 10 of Pentacles. And the 9 of Pentacles. What? Whoa. Group 4. This is... Okay, that was out of left field. Something about abundance here for sure. Like... Oh my God, I just got the song, money, 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 money. Yeah, maybe you've been like trying to find land in regard to like some place that you could set up shop and start building for the future and feel abundant and, you know, blessed. And you've been lost at sea, meaning you didn't have somewhere stable that you could call home, or you didn't have somewhere that you could feel this sense of abundance. And it's like the dove with the olive branches coming back, and it's finally like, hey, you're on the right track, go this way, and you're meant to achieve this stability, long-term stability, where you are very prosperous. Okay, so what is the direction? Oh, that was fast. Oh boy, you have the Tower and the World. All right. So this is really talking about you making some pretty major changes here, group number 4. You're meant to be expanding, but you do have to trust, and the Tower does call for trust. It's an upheaval. It's unexpected change. It's uncomfortable change, is what Spirit just said. It's not always uncomfortable, but apparently this is going to be a little bit of an uncomfortable change for you, because it's going to cause you to... It's like you're changing your approach, or you're changing the way that you've been operating. Like if, let's say, for example, you've been on a boat all this time and you've been wishing and hoping and searching for land and you couldn't find it. And then all of a sudden you get that little messenger bird coming back telling you that there is land, and you get this renewed sense of hope. But you're like, okay, but how much longer is it going to take for me to get there? How much further is it? Am I going to be able to make it? And then when you get onto land, when you finally do, you know, get your feet onto solid ground, then you're like, I'm so wobbly, can barely walk. Don't know where to go. I feel a little overwhelmed, and it's like a whole adjustment phase, because you're reacclimatizing to something that you've been disconnected from for a long time. So that they're saying, like, rely on helpful people here, because they're going to help you to see this more clearly and kind of like walk you through the process of this. If there's something that is very challenging that's happening in a very sort of disruptive way, it's happening for a reason. They're telling me rejection is redirection. So anything that doesn't work out in your life, it's a big no from the universe. It's putting you on the path that you need to be on. Okay, so they want you to trust that. They want you to know that those are forms of signals and signs too. And they are redirecting you here to abundance and wealth. Okay, like long-term legacy, stability, family structure, having a really stable foundation. This is like the land that you can really build on. They're showing me in my mind Gilligan's Island, and they keep giving this message of like being lost at sea. And it's kind of like, okay, so you made land and you're safe now. You're not going to drown at sea or you're not going to starve. But now what? You kind of have to build your way up, and there's going to be challenges that you need to overcome. That's why you got to work together with these helpful people. You got to build structures to live in. You've got to figure out a way to get fresh water. You've got to like look for food and, but once you do that, wow, you can really build like an entire empire on this stable foundation. It's really just about being aware of the blessings that you do have and why you've been directed here in the first place. Like, what is the spiritual lesson of this? That's really the overarching theme I'm seeing here. Like, you really understanding the spiritual lesson behind things, and coming to accept them as they are so that you can have faith in the process and be redirected and be helped when you need it by spirit, by people, to be able to build this legacy. Really interesting. I'm blown away by how specific they have been with this analogy of the being lost at sea. Let me see. I feel like I need another card to clarify that specific message, but Kitty's confirming. Yes, I do need another card, but I don't know which one it is. Actually, I think it's this one. Is it this one, Spirit? No. Oh, it's the charms. It's the charms. Okay. I did put the charm bag off to the side and I forgot about it, and I didn't use it in any of the readings. It's for you guys. Okay. So I'm just going to pick a couple. I'm just going to pick a couple here. I'm not going to grab like a whole handful. I'm just going to intuitively feel. Okay. Okay, so you have the chain. You have the clip, the claw clip. You have the pin, the hair pin. That's interesting that you have two hair clip pin things. And Kitty's really going ham in the background there. And then you have live, laugh, love. It's like a little bead. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, so what I'm seeing from these charms is, first of all, 3 of them are about holding on. The chain links things together, the claw clip clamps things together, and the pin holds things in place. So I feel like this is something to do with something you've been holding on to for a long time. And it's kind of like they're saying you need to kind of let go a little bit here and trust and just let yourself live, let yourself love, let yourself be free. Open up to what the world has to offer. If there's something that you've been kind of keeping yourself stuck with, it's like kind of like you've been lost at sea and you've just been stuck in that. And now it's like about actually setting up a firm foundation on land, coming back to reality or grounding yourself in some way or doing some emotional healing and getting out of those depths of those waters to be able to start rebuilding a life that is going to bring you a lot of joy and peace and fulfillment. But there's something here that needs to be let go of, because the chain, the clip, and the pin, it's like there's something you've been attached to. And the tower comes in to sever those attachments that are not meant for you. That's why you get a no and an unlikely, because it's not meant for you. It's like if you've been wanting and holding on to something that's not for you, or it's not the right time, then Spirit is going to redirect you. But there's going to be help. There's going to be support. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Spirit said the kindness of strangers. So yeah, helpful people. The kindness of strangers is going to get you through something. So they're going to help to direct you, or they're going to give you something that you need to be able to rebuild your life or to progress in some way or to close out a cycle. So be mindful of helpful people. If you're in need, they're showing me somebody stopping and asking for directions. Like if you're lost, stop and ask for directions. Okay, the kindness of strangers is going to be there for you. So be open to that and trust that, okay? Open your heart to receive the kindness of strangers, because Spirit is directly bringing these people into your life for a reason. And they're giving me that story of the man who is lost at sea and he's drowning, prays to God to save him. And then a boat comes by And the boat's like, come on, like, I see that you're drowning, get in the boat. And the guy's like, no, it's fine. I prayed to God. God's going to save me. And the guy in the boat's like, are you sure? Okay, well, I guess I'll just leave you there. And then the guy's continuing to drown, and he's like, God, save me, like, save me, God. And then a cruise liner comes by, and they're like, hey, get in the boat. And he's like, no, it's fine. God's going to save me. And eventually the guy drowns. And it's like, well, he gets to heaven and he's at the pearly gates, and he's like, why didn't you save me? I prayed to you and I had faith in you and I trusted you. And God's like, well, I did, but you didn't take the help. I sent you the guy in the boat. I sent you the guy in the cruise line. You didn't take the help. That was me helping you. That was me saving you. So it's like God works through other people. God works in mysterious ways. God works in all sorts of different, through many, many different people. And I'll give you an example from my own life. Spirit was giving me messages about some supplements that I should be taking, and they'd been giving these to me for a while now, and I hadn't applied that knowledge, because I kind of, sometimes I'll even second guess myself. Sometimes, I'll just be like, oh, I'm just seeing that repeating, and I'll forget, or I'll get distracted, or I won't trust it, and I'll just kind of go on about my business. And then it's only when it comes from other people confirming that to me. Like, I had a client say, hey, you should try this. And I was like, yeah, Spirit's been telling me that for months now. So thank you for confirming it. Now I'll do it. Sometimes you just need a little bit of like a kick in the pants from someone to really confirm and solidify that inner knowing. And if this reading is doing that for you, or if somebody comes along and does that for you, then this reading is really just kind of preparing you or confirming that for you, then that's great. That's what this is for, right? It's here to support you in trusting yourself, and in trusting God, and trusting Source, and trusting other people who are going to help you to rebuild your life. Because that's what it kind of feels like here, is you've been a little bit lost and you haven't really had a firm foundation to stand on, and now you're going to be rebuilding your life, but there's something you need to get through first, or that you're coming out of that has been challenging. So listen to those little messages, because those will often come through other people. Spirit will use other people to deliver divine messages to you. So keep an eye out for those, and trust when it feels like confirmation. Okay. So that's what I see for you, group number 4. It really is about helping yourself to get out of this situation, to be redirected, coming to a feeling of completion, and trusting that the no's have been redirecting you this whole time. So let go, trust, release any attachment, and the stability and the foundation that you're wanting to build here is going to come to fruition. But be open to help from people who are very kind and seek to support you, okay? Out of the goodness of their hearts. So I'm sending you so much love and blessings out of the goodness of mine, and I really hope that this reading helped and supported you. And if I'm one of these helpful strangers, then great. I'm happy to be that for you. So thank you so much. I love you. I'm wishing you all the best, and we'll see you in the next reading. Bye.